Hi everybody, Robert Dyer, and welcome to the Robert Dyer channel, to a special episode where I'm here tonight to dine at Carluccio's, which is the favorite Italian restaurant of Benedict Cumberbatch and Tom Hiddleston, among other celebrities in the UK. Now it's come here to America and to North Bethesda at Pike Rose. And we're going to go in and find out what it's all about. For a beer to start off, when in Rome, go with the Peroni Nastro Azzurro, and this is a special glass it comes out in. I'm surprised this doesn't do very well on Beer Advocate. I would give it a good 4 stars. Very refreshing, not bitter at all. It seems like the perfect beer to go with Italian food or pizza. Now they have some menu items for while you're examining the menu. Then you have these appetizers. Arancini di riso is what I chose, risotto balls and the fried mushrooms as well. And then you have a lot of fresh seafood, the branzino, and their pasta specialties. I am going to go with the ravioli, which is one of their specialties. But while we're waiting, let's try some of these imported marinated Italian olives. And be careful because these actually have a large pit inside of them, but they have a lot of flavor and they're tender, and I would recommend these. They also have pitted olives. I'll give 5 stars for the caprese bites. And here are the fried mushrooms with the lemon slice is how they come out. Some herbs on top, and here are the risotto balls with the marinara sauce to dip them in. Very fresh out of the fryer. Now let's try the fried mushrooms. A very light coating on the outside and a very tender mushroom on the inside. Great flavor of the mushroom, and the coating goes very well with it. And then you can see when you cut into them, you have this very crisp exterior, but inside a very soft and creamy interior with the rice and the cheese. And then of course you got to put it into that marinara sauce for the full flavor. Let's get a good amount on there to test this out. And I found these are melt in your mouth appetizers. Look at that cheese. I think Taco Bell could learn a thing or two from that cheese stretch there. Now on to the main course. Ravioli is always one of my favorites, but usually I prefer a meat-filled ravioli. This has got the cheese and spinach, and you can see that butter on there, melted butter, and plenty of it. Get a zoom in on that for a closer look. You can see that spinach in there. That pasta is so fresh, made in-house. And that butter again, dripping all around there. Now I'm going to give this a very solid 5 stars. I've had a lot of ravioli with spinach inside, but never one that was this fresh right from the garden. And the cheese was rich and a rich sauce. How good is this ravioli? Take a look at that plate. There's nothing left whatsoever. Now for the big finish, the dessert. You can see they've got a pretty good selection here. The one that most people talk about is the tiramisu, so I was looking forward to that. You got a chocolate and salted caramel sundae is going to be coming up here. Gelato, affogato coffee with liqueur. And they also have, if you like something more savory, a cheese plate, imported Italian coffee that's outstanding. And you have some tea, as well as the selection of wines that extends to the dessert menu. Now let's first look at the tiramisu. This is a 5-star dessert item. You can see it's very well made. Here's the sundae, another 5-star dessert item you can choose from. And here's the chocolate cake that I got. It's really mostly inside a chocolate mousse with a thin base of cake and then this candy-like topping. Every part of it extremely rich. You can see it's also very soft, the mousse texture there on the inside. Now let's get a bite of this. And this is extremely rich. It was not just the standard chocolate ganache cake you have on most menus today. Look at how moist and rich. I'm going to give that 5 stars. 5 stars all around. Well, that was a great meal at Carluccio's. I think the one thing I heard most from people in the restaurant is that this is the best fill-in-the-blank menu item I've ever had. So I highly recommend you come out here to Pike Rose to Carluccio's to try some of the finest Italian food in the world. And I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.